The way I kind of stepped back from Hollywood at one point, being the highest paid actor in Hollywood, but I felt like, it was a ceiling right there, and I wanted more. It wasn't enough.
Recently, Diddy's house was raided, and Chris Tucker's name has been popping up in conversations. So how did Tucker react to this? Let's find out. The Homeland Security folks were caught on live feeds recently, swarming in Diddy's mansion. Why is Homeland Security interested? Well, it's all tied to some serious allegations that have everyone buzzing. Chris Tucker has been hinting at this for a while now. Earlier this year, he dropped some serious hints about Diddy facing some major heat soon. And here we are, seeing it all go down. Homeland Security isn't messing around. They've got teams from New York, Los Angeles, Miami, and local law enforcement on this. They swooped into Diddy's properties in LA and elsewhere, looking to dig up evidence. According to a Homeland Security rep speaking to People magazine, this is just the beginning, and they'll share more details as they come in. TMZ was right there when the feds arrived at Diddy's LA mansion. Helicopters overhead, agents swarming, it was quite the spectacle. The raid is connected to some pretty heavy accusations against Diddy, including human trafficking. Well, Fox 11 was on the scene too, capturing Diddy's sons Justin and Christian Combs in custody outside their Beverly Hills home. Now, there's talk going around that this raid is all about digging up any kind of proof that links Diddy to some really serious wrongdoing. The authorities are committed to holding people accountable, no matter how high profile they might be. And speaking of accountability, Douglas Wigdor, the attorney for Cassie Ventura and Jane Doe, who've previously taken legal action against Diddy, is all in. He told People that several individuals have recently accused Diddy of serious offenses. Remember Cassie Ventura? Yes, the singer Cassandra Ventura. Back in November 2023, she threw a massive federal lawsuit at her ex, Diddy Combs. She accused him of being physically abusive and forcing her into intimate encounters with other men. And this was all happening back in 2018. Diddy settled that lawsuit quickly. But since then, 3 other women and a man have come forward with their own stories, making similar accusations against him. Despite these heavy allegations, Diddy stands firm, denying everything. He claims that these accusations are just attempts to tarnish his reputation and undermine his achievements. The We Got Cat Williams' explosive interview on Club Shay Shay, known for his sharp tongue and no-holds-barred humor, didn't hold back as he dished out some hard-hitting comments about some of Hollywood's biggest names. He shared some eyebrow-raising details about invites to parties hosted by none other than Sean Diddy Combs, which he declined. Cat explained his decision by emphasizing his commitment to maintaining his integrity and personal boundaries, candidly mentioning his desire to protect his integrity. And in his own words, his virgin hole. But Cat didn't stop there. He went on to take swings at several prominent figures in the entertainment industry. He accused Cedric the Entertainer of joke theft, referring to him as a walrus, and dismissed the idea that Cedric's entire career could be defined by one joke. Cedric hit back, dismissing the claim as revisionist history. Cat also criticized Steve Harvey's acting skills, calling out Chris Tucker for what he termed Epstein Island Chris Tucker, and slammed Kevin Hart as a fraud. According to Cat, Hart accepted roles involving homosexual themes that Cat himself had turned down, suggesting a sellout move for fame and fortune. Chris Tucker was on a roll in the 90s and early 2000s with hits like the Friday series and the Rush Hour films. But then, he kind of faded away from Hollywood. Recently, there's been some buzz with his buddy in the biz, Ice Cube, possibly shedding some light on what's been going down with Chris in Hollywood. Now, Hollywood is no cakewalk for anyone, talent or no talent. Ice Cube has been in the game long enough to know just how tough the industry can be on stars. Back in '95, Chris Tucker and Ice Cube teamed up for the iconic film Friday, which turned Tucker's character Smokey into an instant icon. Fast forward 5 years to the sequel, next Friday, and there's a noticeable absence, no Smokey. This left fans scratching their heads, wondering why such a standout character was missing. It turns out, after the original Friday's success, Tucker was approached to reprise his role as Smokey in the sequel. Despite nailing the part and even snagging an MTV Movie Award nomination, he passed on the opportunity. Why, you ask? Ice Cube revealed on the Full Season podcast that the studio was ready to hand Tucker a hefty $12 million to return, but he had different plans. He turned it down, pointing to his religious beliefs as the reason, but there was more to it than just religion. Tucker was aiming for a different vibe, one that didn't include cursing or lighting up on screen. With his son now in the picture, Tucker was motivated to elevate his behavior, especially around his little one. He didn't want to be caught swearing constantly, especially around his child. So he started aiming for parts that gave off good energy and weren't just about making people laugh with vulgar jokes. Tucker once mentioned, "A lot of my decision not to curse started when my son came into my life. Hearing myself curse on a recording just once made me realize I had to be better. He aimed to show he could still be hilarious without resorting to constant cursing. His faith also played a significant role in shaping his comedic direction. He was determined to seek out humor that wasn't vulgar, embracing the challenge despite it being tougher than sticking to low-hanging fruit. Indeed, he passed on that $12 million offer for the sequel. His refusal was rooted in his religious beliefs. He was against cursing and smoking weed on camera. Another factor for Tucker not returning for the sequel concerned the portrayal of weed. He was hesitant to glorify smoking, especially given the first film's success and its impact. Initially, Tucker kept this reason to himself, but later chose to be open about it, mindful of the message it conveyed to his audience. As the buzz from the Rush Hour series started to fade, Chris Tucker found himself in a tight spot. Despite his desire to evolve professionally, Hollywood seemed to have other plans. Tucker went from being everywhere to virtually vanishing. No films, no TV spots, nothing. Why do you think that happened? Some say it was his eagerness to shift his career path that led to him being overlooked by Hollywood. But wait, there's more. It wasn't just the lack of roles. Financial issues began piling up for Tucker. Despite raking in a staggering $20 million for Rush Hour 2 and securing significant contracts for Rush Hour 3, he faced monetary challenges. By 2011, he had accumulated a hefty $4 million in overdue taxes, and by 2014, he was dealing with complications from real estate investments and had to resolve a $4.5 million tax debt. What went wrong? Tucker attributed it to inadequate financial management. Then, in November 2021, the IRS came knocking again, hitting up Tucker for $9.6 million in overdue taxes. Despite these financial storms, Tucker still had valuable assets like his home in Georgia. But here's the silver lining: his career is picking back up. He's back on the big screen in the sports drama Air, sharing scenes with stars like Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. And that's not all. He's also gearing up for Rush Hour 4, stepping back into the shoes of Carter, and has been killing it with his comedy tour all over the US. By 2023, Tucker's net worth had climbed to an impressive $5 million, showcasing his comeback from the financial and professional hurdles he's faced. Now, let's talk about the rough rides many face in Hollywood. Chris Tucker isn't the only one who's hit bumps in the road. Several of his peers have faced similar battles, each with its own set of results. Take Mo Ahik, for example, an Academy Award-winning actress who hasn't shied away from speaking up against big names like Lee Daniels, Oprah Winfrey, and Tyler Perry. Why? Mo Ahik accused these power players of sidelining her career because she refused to promote the 2009 movie Precious without compensation. When Oprah and Tyler pushed for her to promote the film globally for free, despite her contract only offering a modest $50,000 for the whole movie, Mo Ahik held her ground, refusing to work without pay. Instead of empathizing with her stance, Oprah and Tyler reportedly smeared her name in the industry, branding her as troublesome. What are your thoughts on it? Drop your opinions in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on this unfolding story.